welcome to 8 Tracks, a show where we look at 8 tracks that share a theme. This week's theme is foreign language favourites. So we've got a playlist in the description and we want you to follow along as we say track 1, you go listen to the track. Or you can listen to them all before. We don't care, we just want you to have heard them. As always, I'm joined by Katie.
Good morning, Jamie. How are you today?
I'm alright. Doing away as always.
Good. I'm bitterly depressed. Thank you for asking.
Glad to see lockdown is still treating you good.
I am emotionally bereft. Let's listen to some foreign language tunes.
Yes. I'm just constantly raging, so it'll be nice to hear something that's not in English.
Have you ever been this sad?
Yeah, but like I don't know if I've ever been this angry. I'm getting angrier
right.
and angrier as time goes on. Well, let's keep it light.
Light me, never. Is my last pick for this one depressing? Can I?
I'm last up this week, so it's fine.
Oh, thank God, my last pick is depressing though.
kind of. Yeah.
Right, let's get into it.
Okay, Katie, you're first up. What have you got?
Thanks, Jamie. My first pick, without being bold and trying to say it in German, is The Robot by Kraftwerk.
Nice.
But in German. Thanks.
Track 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. How'd you say that was Die Roboter in German?
Ich bin Katie. Ich komme aus Schottland. Ich habe eine Schwester.
That was Die Roboter by Kraftwerk.
Es ist sehr gut.
Aye. I like that track.
I like Kraftwerk a lot.
My thing is, right, with Kraftwerk, is I don't think I could just sit and listen to them, though. I think I'd have to be doing something.
Oh, okay, I get that. It's very doing something music.
It's quite minimalist, and because of that, it struggles to hold my attention.
Right, okay.
I do like it, though, and I really like the beats. It's funny, it's like one of these things that I just find myself glazing over at, though.
Right.
Unless I'm doing something.
I like to have it on in the background when I'm doing stuff.
See, it is good kind of like playing a game, or cooking,
Totally.
or driving, or whatever.
Don't get me wrong. I can throw it the fuck down to Kraftwerk.
Like, I think this would be amazing to see live.
Oh my God, I would love to see Kraftwerk so much.
Imagine just like sitting having a drink, and that's on. I'd be like, yes.
Oh, for sure. So you don't know Kraftwerk super well, am I correct?
No, not at all, really. Oh yeah,
Okay.
actually, a wee note for now, just before we go into this. Spotify version's in English, because Spotify are mad xenophobic people who just refuse to have the German versions of
They're anti-German.
Yeah,
We don't fuck with that.
no.
Yeah, so in their live shows, they have like the most amazing visuals in the background. And one of my absolute favourites is they have... You ever see the video for like Dire Straits' Money for Nothing?
Yes, like the terrible... Well, I say terrible at the time, it was like revolutionary animation.
Yeah, the kind of like borderline sucky wireframe animation.
Love it.
Right, so there's like a wireframe head of, I believe the lead singer's name is Rolf.
Rolf? Like Rolf Harris?
Yeah, but it's got some umlauts in it, because, you know...
Because he's not a pedo.
Oh, his name's Ralph, excuse me.
Okay,
Ralph.
it's all good. No association.
My apologies, Ralph. But yeah, it's like a wireframe model, and it's kind of creepy, but at the same time, it's super, super cool. There's a video on YouTube, and I watch it like all the time because it's one of my favourite music videos. I don't even think it's like an official music video or anything.
Yeah.
But it's got the 4 members of Kraftwerk standing, and when they play this song, 2 of them stand in and like look at each other. Their synths are faced at each other.
Yeah.
And it's really, really cool because they're made up so that their faces look almost plastic.
Okay.
And their hair's kind of like gelled right down. And the footage is cut in with... They had these models made of themselves.
Sure.
And their lips are projected on the models. So it looks like they are robots speaking.
Nice.
And it's so fucking cool. It's like very... I can't remember when this was released, like the 70s?
78.
Yeah, 78. It's very, very late 70s, early 80s, and it's super fucking cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, it gives me kind of like big Blade Runner-y vibes, you know, that kind of era of sci-fi.
Yes, it's that kind of... What do you call that kind of style of
Retrofuturism?
sci-fi? Very much. That is exactly what I was about to say. You mind-reading bitch. Um, yeah, it's very retro futuristic, and it's also from this is from the album The Man Machine,
Yes.
and it's got that iconic cover of the four of them in that very like Russian art style of the four of them in the red shirts and the black ties,
Mm.
like dark hair all swept back, you know, pale white skin looking over towards their left.
Yes.
And it is just the whole aesthetic of Kraftwerk is so fucking cool
It's
and
strong.
so ahead of its time and so revolutionary, and we would not have bands and aesthetics working the same way that they do now without Kraftwerk.
It absolutely bleeds artificiality, their aesthetic.
Totally. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it really is. And you can feel it through the minimalism in their music as well. It's very
Yeah,
simple, but it feels mechanical because of that.
absolutely. But you're saying like the artificial nature of it.
Mm.
So here, I'm about to throw down some music theory. Not like proper music theory, not talking about like crochets and quavers and all that shit, but like theory
Crotchets.
basically.
Crotchets. Crochets.
Crochets!
Crochets.
Crochets! She crochets!
Cross
I get two
stitches as
points.
well.
I get 2 points for this song
Okay.
because some of it's in German, some of it's in Russian.
Yeah, I heard Robotnik there, and I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus, are they into the old Sonic the Hedgehog?
No, you dumb bitch. So they sing two lines in Russian throughout. I am your servant, I am your worker, right? Big socialist energy. We love that from Kraftwerk. However, the word robot comes from a Czech word which means servant.
Yes.
So, love that energy. Artificial servant, you know, something created in order to serve. Big vibes of that from the song.
Yeah, it does, and like the artificial aesthetic ties them to that kind of socialistic image as well. It's not just because it
Totally.
was bright red, but the way it's structured as well reminds me very much of kind of traditional Soviet,
Oh, does it really? I don't know anything about Soviet hot jams.
and not necessarily music. I mean, like in terms of like their design work and their like
Oh, yeah.
leafleting and stuff like that.
Well, the art style is specifically not stolen, appropriated
Inspired by.
from, inspired by a very specific type of Russian art.
Yeah.
It's super cool. That's my assessment. Kraftwerk, die Roboter. Es ist super cool.
Es ist über cool.
Es ist überkalt.
Es ist überkalt.
Somebody who can actually speak German is listening to this right now and being like, will you shut the fuck up?
Will you fucking stop trying to speak German? It's not going well for you.
Like, I can't even tell you how hard I bombed standard grade German. Oh my god, I have such a hard time with languages. I can't even begin to tell you. I tried to learn fucking, how do you say it, Gaelic?
Gaelic, yeah.
Thank you. Yep. Too many consonants. Not enough sense.
There's a lot. There is a lot.
A B and an H. Make whatever the fuck you want them to be.
A V. Also a...
No, that's an M and an H.
Oh,
Make a
that
B.
is an M and H, yeah. B and H is, yeah. Like a G sound, isn't it? Like, ugh.
It could be anything you want, Jamie.
Moving gently across the border now, we have Romance Noir by Double Mixty.
Track 2.
So that was Romance Noir by Double Mixty. I'm sorry, Katie. I know
Your
you...
apology is accepted.
Katie hates these guys. We saw these guys last year. They were supporting Desire and Chromatics. And me and the two other folk we were with, Cami and Joanna, hello if you're listening,
Hi guys.
we're really into them. Because, you know, it's like fun club music, but with dramatic French being spoken over the top of it. I think once you see it live, especially with like the stage setup, which was one of the most impressive stage setups I've ever seen, not just theirs, but the ones they shared with Desire and Chromatics, was so well done that it really sold this band to me. Yeah, I think once you see them live, you'll get it.
An important caveat though, friends. I've seen it live, right? I fucking hate it.
The guy did have a big long emo fringe that he kept sweeping out his hair,
Oh.
his face.
Would not stop weeping. Just go. I've got scissors. I'll cut it off.
He had a Beast and Sweat band on as well. It was like 2009 came to life
Oh.
on stage.
They were aggressively French. Not that that's a bad thing in any means, but they oozed a Frenchness, and I was like,
It was a bit bizarre to walk from Glasgow into this is the kind of thing you expect to hear in a fucking pretentious Parisian club.
absolutely.
And you're walking in to SWG3 and then suddenly you're hit by this.
Mm.
And I was like, yes, this is great. It does have that signature Johnny Jewel style because he produced this.
You're gonna have to tell the people who Johnny Jewel is.
Jonathan Jewell is the third JoJo. No, he is the guy that writes the music for Chromatics and Desire and a bunch of other stuff. He did the soundtrack to Drive. He is also a mad pretentious walloper. Absolute villain of the highest order. I've never seen a man so vehemently hate a crowd who was enjoying his music before.
Like I did feel victimized by his presence. I will be honest.
He just constantly got into scraps with the crowd. Like, I can't
Yeah.
believe that. And yeah, I really love Chromatics and I also enjoy Desire. And I like these guys, despite him. He is a brilliant musician though. Just an arrogant fucking walloper.
See, I've not really got any real problem with the music. I find it boring.
See, I like it. I think musically especially, the vocals are a bit kind of, I think they're meant to be kind of background, if you get what
Yeah.
I mean. It's meant to more get you to a feeling than have any kind of meaning. But I think the music is great stuff to dance to.
To be fair, the lyrics could have no meaning whatsoever because, again, I don't speak French.
No, from my minimal understanding of French, I didn't get that.
I can't speak French at all. They could be saying some really horrible stuff. I
They
wouldn't
could be
know.
listing the ingredients to against their sandwich, which would I actually want. I want a club
Oh
song
my
which just
God.
goes up and just it's just like bacon, lettuce, tomato. That's the only ingredients I could think of, by the way.
Trace amounts of nuts.
The sandwich is not suitable for vegans, just with a dunce, underneath it.
Sodium chloride. That would be very good. I would like that.
I like this track. It's got big house vibes as well, but it has a nice selection of sample sounds, and it does get me where I want to go in terms of a nice clubby track to listen to.
Where is it you want to go?
Who knows? The moon? I don't know.
I'm
Like-
sorry, I got too real there.
I know. When you asked me that, I was like, I don't know. It
Where
just
do you
gets,
want to go? I don't know. Outside, it's a lockdown.
it's more of a feeling than a place, but it kind of captures that for me. And yeah,
Sure.
it's banging to dance to.
Wouldn't know.
Don't you hate dancing though? So
I feel really bad. Like this music isn't for me. There's nothing inherently bad or wrong about it. I just find it boring. I don't really like house music. I don't really like clubs. I don't like anywhere where I'm obligated to sweat or dance.
see, I'm not the biggest on clubs or kind of house music or that, but I do like a wee dance.
I hate
And
dance.
there's the odd clubby or house track that I kind of like, and I do have a real soft spot for trance.
Yeah.
Oh, and happy hardcore, but that's just because
You are your father's son.
I certainly am. I think that's just from like when we grew up though as well.
Yeah.
Just folk blasting like happy hardcore and like DJ Bad Boy, which has a real
If you-
soft spot for me.
Yeah, if you put on Gary McKeff, I'm not going to ask you to turn it off, but that's a nostalgia thing.
I think this transcends that for me, and it's more just kind of, it's got a good feel to it. And yeah, it's good to cut shapes too.
Yeah.
Shapes. Cut some shapes.
Shape.
Cut some shapes to that tune, yeah.
Cut this.
Never. You can also cut shapes to this next track, just different shapes.
You can cut shapes, but they better be on fire. It's Careless by Rammstein.
Yes. Track 3. Kinda lost.
I would give my left tit to see Rammstein live.
Yes, it would be fucking incredible.
Oh, it was so good.
Like, that song as well is just so good, so driving, and I love the way it builds.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like the drum change from the second verse just being a slightly more loose to give it a bit more of an edge, and everything just feeling slightly more loose, and into that explosion where the keyboard kicks in and he shouts "Mir ist kalt."
Yeah,
What a song!
it's really, really good.
So you only got into Rammstein a couple of years ago, right?
I did, yeah. It was you that got me into Rammstein. I've never been a particularly massive fan of, as my father would probably say, heavy rock and roll. So yeah, no, I only got into Rammstein maybe a couple of years ago, but I really like them. Really, really like them.
Yeah, I think they transcend metal, but then it's that kind of industrial edge to them that makes it
yeah,
something
I
different.
love. Is it not New Deutsche Hart?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know like the sub genre.
I think it's New Deutsche Hart, which is like New German hard, as in hard metal, hard rock, whatever.
I would still class them as industrial for their
Oh,
use
yeah,
of
no.
synths. You know, it's like them, Nine Inch Nails. You can hear the similarities in like sound.
Yeah, but at the same token, you've got bands like KMFDM,
Mhm.
who are also New Deutsche Hart, and they're also industrial. So, like, I would say it's a kind of crossover genre from my understanding of it. But, like, that's just semantics. That really is just semantics.
To be honest, we couldn't have a list with foreign language favourites and not include Rammstein. They're far too influential.
It would hurt me physically to not have Rammstein on it.
I think it would hurt everyone. I mean, they're just too important a band, especially to, you know, people who aren't from English-speaking countries.
Yeah, yeah. Like they say, I think, is the leader Till Linderman? Is that how you pronounce his
Yeah,
name?
I think, yeah, Till Lindemann.
Well, he said that the reason that they do all the pyrotechnic stuff in their shows is because they know that most of their fans don't speak German, so they want to at least have something to look at.
Yeah, and their shows are visually spectacular.
They've all been certified as pyrotechnicians.
It doesn't surprise me the amount of fire they use. Their
That
staging
makes
is
me,
incredible.
yeah, that makes me so happy. They have like dildos that shoot fire.
They are fun as well.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, as I get older, like I lose interest in certain aspects of metal, but Rammstein kind of stick with me. And I
Yeah.
think it's partially the industrial edge they've got to it, but Till Lindemann himself sells Rammstein to me.
He does. He does.
He
really
is
does.
such a charismatic frontman.
Yeah.
And it's his vocal line for that song that is the strongest part.
I
Like,
think he's got a really good voice as well.
he does, and he was using it like very kind of gruff and rhythmically for the verses, and then for the chorus where he needs to take it melodically, he absolutely
Yeah.
does and knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, like you contrast and compare this against, say, Sona or Engels or whatever, which are far more kind of melodic,
Yeah.
but his voice is great. I really like it.
Katie, would you like to tell the story of what happened to you earlier today while listening to Rammstein?
Okay, yeah. This requires a small amount of explanation. I live very near a place called Carcantella, and it has a small area of something called shared space, which is an area of road that is designed to be used by both pedestrians and cars. And it is as gloriously unsafe as it sounds. So the shared space in Carcantilla is a crossroads.
Yeah.
So I was coming back and I was driving with the windows down, listening to Rammstein. And I have the music quite loud in my car, and I couldn't get through the cross. Like, nobody was giving way to anyone. So I just screamed, "Fuck this, I hate Kirky," and put my foot down and pulled through the cross, and then realised that I had screamed it and everyone was staring at me. And I'm just listening to fucking Sona, like,
Like, the thing that makes that even funnier for me than old women just glaring at you and tutting is the fact that you had Sona in the background, so it's this very dramatic German music. Like, you'll have...
do Sona. And she'd be like, fucking it.
Just possessed by the drama of that track.
Oh, absolutely.
Screaming
Yeah.
as you floor it out of Kirky.
Yeah, in a 20 mile an hour zone, so I'm doing like 19 to be safe, but I'm flooring it at 19. Rammstein are good. Fuck the shared space. Next track, Jamie.
Next up, we have the Spanish version of Evidence by Faith No More. Track 4. Smoothest Faith No More song right there. Evidence, the Spanish version from the deluxe edition of King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime.
Can I ask two questions?
Yes.
Okay, question number 1. How many languages does Mike Patton speak? And question number 2 is how hard does he fuck?
Answer number 2 first, very hard. And the first one, fucking hunters. That's not the only foreign language version of this track. There's also a Portuguese version.
And he speaks Italian too,
He
right?
speaks Italian as well. I think because Faith No More has a huge following in South America.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely massive following in South America.
Oh, there you go.
So that's why they started doing Spanish and Portuguese versions of Evidence.
Ah, that's clever. Get the people in.
Yeah, and it's cool. He does it, and I don't know if he actually speaks both those languages. I would assume he does because it's Mike Patton and the man's a maniacal genius. But
Yeah, there's that.
so yeah, I love that track. It comes from probably one of the weirdest eras of Faith No More. King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime is a strange album where they just lost Jim Martin on guitar because him and Patton didn't get on. It's the album, like, it immediately follows Angel Dust, which is your favourite, Katie.
Yes, it is. I like Angel Dust.
Yeah, so they don't have Jim Martin.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure Roddy Bottum is going for rehab as well, so he has a minimal presence on the album.
Okay.
And they have like an interim guitarist who I think also worked with Mr. Bungle.
Right.
So this is the most Patton-centric Faith No More album.
Okay.
And it's wild. So it varies from very jazzy numbers like Evidence and Star AD and Just a Man to hard metal tracks like The Gentle Art of Making Enemies and Ricochet. It's one of the most varied albums, but I just love it. I think it's such a strong piece of music.
Yeah.
And I think the hook in this is so good.
Yeah, I can only concentrate on how hard he fucks. Very sexy song.
It is. And having seen it live, it's very, very sexy.
Did your stoner pierce the heavens?
Pretty much. It's
Nice.
like the little details in the track, like the strings doing little staccato notes during the chorus just to emphasize the beats. That kind of dun, 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 dun. I absolutely adore that.
Yeah.
And while I hate playing guitar like that, love hearing it.
Why do you hate playing guitar like that?
Don't like playing jazzy guitar. It's not my kind of thing.
Ah, fair enough.
Personal preference.
That's entirely fine.
Yeah, it takes a level of skill and, I guess, interest that I just don't have in that style.
I suppose, does that speak to the talent of Faith No More that they can, play in all these different styles then?
It is bizarre. Like I said, it is an album that varies greatly in style. So they go from like this very smooth, very soulful, very mellow piece like this to singing about how he wants to eat shit in Cuckoo for Caca. And well, I say singing, screaming.
Love that.
Despite all the differences in the album, it still comes together as this really strong, unified presence that is just incredible to listen to. I would recommend it. It is probably one of Faith No More's harder sells. Like you'll get more accessible tracks on Angel Dust and The Real Thing. Even probably on Album of the Year and Sol Invictus. It's probably their most obscure to get into, but it's really good.
Well, give it a shot then.
What do you think of that track, Kay?
Yes, good.
I know you like Jim Martin era Faith No More.
I mean, do I? Is that Angel Dust? Is that what that is? Okay. I think it's difficult to make an assessment of Faith No More in a kind of general capacity because, like we said, there's so much variation in Faith No More's output as a whole. So when it comes to the band, I kind of just take everything on a track-by-track basis.
I think it's best.
You can almost forget that these songs are all by Faith No More because they're just so different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. Yeah, I probably wouldn't sit down and listen to it. But it's another one, if you put it on, probably wouldn't ask you to turn it off. I'm not offended by it or anything,
Yeah. I absolutely... The song gets rammed in my head from time to time.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's one of my favourite Faith No More songs. It's just mad to see how much they evolve, album by album. Speaking of something that might be considered a hard sell, Katie, you're up next.
Okay, disagree. This is Envy, Worn Heels in the Hands We Hold. How good was that?
Absolutely fantastic. Envy always are fucking great, though.
I fucking love Envy.
You've got to see how that's a hard sell, though.
I mean, I kind of guess, but I'm not really. Don't really agree.
Like, I don't know if you get, like, Joe Public to sit down and be like, look, this is like Mogwai. Somebody had like, stubbed their toe and was screaming over it. He's also Japanese. Yeah, I put this on. I put on Further Ahead of Warp in work once, and was told that wasn't appropriate for a shop. So,
All right, okay.
yeah.
Did you tell him to fuck off?
Yeah, but then I just put something else on.
That's just so rude.
Like, Jamie, why is that man screaming so much? It was just like, look, he's only screaming for bits. He's also talking.
He's got a lot on, okay? Anyway. I got really into Envy. I didn't even realise I was really into Envy. So, the lead singer of Envy, Tetsuya Fukagawa.
Oh, you're very good at pronunciation.
Oh my god, I'm trying really hard. I'm sorry. I just can't say names. He did the lyrics to the Mogwai song I Chose Horses, which is on Mr. Beast, which is one of my favourite albums because it's got Auto Rock and Glasgow Mega Snake on it. Yeah, so I didn't even realise that I was like into Envy, but there we are. Got really into them. Got really into this song. Don't really like Screamo. It's more palatable in Japanese, Jamie.
I love Screamo, right, but I don't think I would even class Envy anywhere near it.
Oh, would you not? Wikipedia does. I can't argue with Wikipedia.
Oh, it's too atmospheric for that. Screamo, I think, is meant to be more immediate.
Okay.
For me, it feels like Mogwai or something like that. It's
they're
too
a
arty
post-rock
for
band.
it's too arty for fucking Screamo. Fuck you, Wikipedia. Screamo.
It is listed as the second genre of which they partake.
I get to fuck. It's no Screamo.
I'm glad I have your clarification. It does Envy as a Japanese Screamo band formed in Tokyo.
Fuck right off.
I just
Take out one word there and I agree.
They're a Japanese band formed in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, hang on. I'm going to log into Wikipedia and edit this. And
Do
the
it.
source I'm going to use is my fucking ears.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, I can see why they come across as Screamo, because they are very
Yeah.
screamy at points, but they're also, they speak, and, it's more
Yeah.
than just... I don't know, for me, I associate Screamo with closer to emo music, and I don't hear emo in that. I hear emotion,
Yeah.
but I don't hear emo.
Oh, we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
It's
Screamo
closer...
here, aren't we?
Like, would you call Mogwai emo? Because I think that's closer to Mogwai than anything
No,
else.
because Mogwai don't have lyrics, so they're like,
But they do, in some songs.
aye, but nah.
Like, would you call Cody emo? Would you call Come On Die Young the track emo?
Right, first of all, just say Cody. Nobody thinks you're clever because you know it stands for Come On Die Young, son.
I mean, the actual song's called Come On Die Young.
No, the actual song is called Cody.
Oh yeah, the album's called Come On Die Young.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I got them confused.
No, it's okay, don't worry about it.
Would you say
what?
Tracy? No, sorry, Tracy doesn't have lyrics. Fuck. Would you say Are You Still Into It is emo?
No, I don't think I would.
No.
I'm not sure.
I don't buy that as Screamo. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm making my stand here. But it
I
gives...
just want you to know I'm not invested in this being Screamo. Like, I have no horse in this race.
I know. It just it feels grander than Screamo. I think calling it Screamo is a disservice to the music.
Like, is Screamo that bad, though?
No, but I wouldn't say that this was necessarily Screamo.
Okay. I don't want us to break up over Envy being Screamo. I actually don't agree with any of this. Because, again, functionally speaking, I don't give a shit. It's just good tunes.
Yeah, I love the sound that they have. Their guitars.
I love the grandness of it.
Yeah, it does feel deep.
It does.
The amount
And again, don't know what he's saying could be as deep as a puddle, Jamie.
Oh, I like musically, like I think they do quite a lot to really emphasize the grandness. Like it's all
Yeah.
tremolo pick, the amount of delay and reverb on that. It's just it sounds like on a grand scale. It's like how shoegaze music uses chorus and reverb to make things sound big and empty, but they've kept more body in it than a lot of shoegaze does.
This is going to sound really silly, but Envy sounds warm to me.
Yeah. I think that's a lot to do with the tremolo picking, actually. For some reason,
do
that
you?
gives me... The way that they pick is always ascending as well. And that makes me feel like, you're rising up.
Yeah.
Which evokes warmness.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I get this feeling from Mogwai as well. Like songs like Auto Rock,
Yeah.
they make me feel cozy.
Mm.
I don't understand what it is. Like, and they're both very epic songs. But there's something about like a lot of Envy's output, a lot of Mogwai's output, like a lot of post-rock that makes me feel quite warm and cozy.
Yeah.
And I cannot tell you why. I cannot explain the finer point of it. but I like the feeling. It is good.
It's in the production, I think.
Do you
Like,
think?
for me, yeah. Some of Mogwai's tracks, they shove like a crackle over the top, and that gives it kind of warmer, recordy feel. And nostalgic almost as well. And Envy do similar tricks in their
Yeah.
production. Anyway, go listen to Envy. They're fucking
I like Envy. Please
dino.
listen to Envy. They are dino. They are really
I
good.
can't believe the music video for that on YouTube only has like 1,700 views.
Listen, like, that's a good thing though, because that means that there's more people that we get to introduce to Envy.
I know, I always just assume everybody knows about Envy though.
For some reason, I do as well. I was sitting thinking in the car today, I was like, I've chosen dead obvious songs. I've chosen dead obvious bands, and maybe people aren't going to like the choices because I feel like I've just been too obvious about it. And then Envy has 1,000 views on YouTube, and I'm like, maybe I've actually been okay with my choices.
Well, I like your choices. Because
Thanks,
I
like
would have
yours
picked...
too.
Thank you. I would have picked like half of yours if you hadn't picked them. So...
Oh, this is nice. This is a nice moment.
This is 11. This is 11.
The microphone pick that up, please say yes.
Yeah, of course it did.
Hell yeah.
From the serenity of Envy, we're moving on to Hier kommt Alex by Die Toten Hosen. So that was another track that was introduced to me by the Guitar Hero games. Hier kommt Alex by Die Toten Hosen.
Did you know that they had their own SingStar game?
Did they actually?
Yeah, I just looked it up on Wikipedia.
Holy shit.
Because I was, right, so, Die Toten Hosen means the dead trousers.
Yeah, which is the literal translation. The kind of, what it means is, this place is boring. It's the kind of phrase.
It also means my bobby doesn't work.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, apparently so. But I was looking that up because I was like, the Dead Trousers, that's a weird name for a band. And here it's, your bobby doesn't work, or you're bored shitless. So,
yeah.
That's cool. That's fun. But yeah, no, found out they have their own SingStar game. Wild stuff. Love that.
Yeah, this is an absolutely fucking brilliant track.
Yeah.
So they were formed in the punk scene in Düsseldorf in the early 80s. And they came to prominence just in Germany by making good punk music.
I mean, they could have done worse.
True. And their name literally translates to the dead trousers, but it means this place is boring, or there's nothing here.
Or
it
your
really
bobby
doesn't work.
Which is tragic, and if that's a thing that troubles you, then there is help available.
So I did a bit of research about this track before we started listening, because I was just like, other than the fact that I knew that I liked the song and that it was in a Guitar Hero game, I knew fuck all about it. So I was like, oh, I'll take a wee look, take a wee gander on the old Wikipedia. And here I found out that they were sent in 1990 to Italy to cover the World Cup, because they are massively into football. They were sent to report on the World Cup for German media.
That's so fun. Okay.
They were huge in Germany at the time, so they did have like a big bit of culture. This song comes from a concept album based on A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. And so Here Comes Alex is about, obviously, Alex from A Clockwork Orange.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it is like a good kind of intro to that book, I would say. Like, it does have vibes of it. Like, if they were going to do like a punk opera version of it, which I would kill to see.
Would you not, though? That would be so good.
Yeah. So they released an English version of this track as well in the UK only. It didn't do as well, and it wasn't as good, if I'm being honest. You should stick to singing in your original languages. It always does better. Stay true to yourselves.
That's true both in life and in Eurovision.
True. But yeah, no, I really like this song. It gives me a big kind of Killing Joke or protest punk music.
Totally. Well, they were protest punk, weren't they? They were quite political.
Yeah. Leftist as fuck, anti-Nazi. No, they are cool. And if you haven't listened to Die Toten Hosen, go check them out if you're into punk music, because they are
I will do that.
Fantastic.
I will do that.
Katie, this is your last track now.
Everyone will be like that. Oh, thank fuck, it's her last track. Well, I'm coming at you with the French version of Protect Me From What I Want by Placebo, called, en français, Protège-moi.
So in the third attempt to come back in from that, thank you Discord for killing our connection 3 times. Katie, why did you pick
Yeah.
that tune?
I was a wee bit worried about picking it, to be honest, because sometimes I feel like I really have to justify how much I like Placebo.
I don't understand why
Like,
though. They're fantastic.
no, I know, and one of the best concerts I think I've ever been to was when we seen them at the Usher Hall. What was that, like 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah. I think it was
There or
2017.
thereabouts. There or thereabouts. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just dismiss them as being quite silly or camp, or I don't know. But I do feel like I have to justify liking Placebo a lot.
See, their music is dramatic, possibly over dramatic at points, and some of their lyrics do make me giggle.
My computer thinks I'm gay. I threw that piece of junk away on the Champs-Élysées as I was walking home.
This is my last communique down the superhighway where all people do all day is stare into a phone. Is that? No, that's it.
Got too many friends.
It's a great song, but see, the thing is, right, Placebo's lyrics can be a bit, over dramatic and a bit camp, but there's nothing wrong with that, and their melodies are so fucking strong.
I just think their music's great, and if you think that their lyrics are a bit over dramatic and you don't speak French like I do, this is a great song.
Right. I think Protect Me From What I Want, you were saying earlier that you thought it was basic.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like it's a bit of a Billy Basic choice.
I disagree. I think it's really simple. And it gets straight to the point. It's one of those Placebo's most stripped back tunes. It just does what it means to do.
Yeah.
And Protège Moi is by far the definitive version of that.
Yeah, totally.
Because the melody translates so well into French.
Yeah. I mean, it helps that I think Brian Molko is fluent in French.
Yeah, where's he from again? Luxembourg.
Right, okay. He's from Brussels, but he lived in Dundee, but the band formed in Luxembourg, but technically they formed in London. And the bassist, he's Swedish.
Very international band.
Very, very international. They've got a lot on, They've got a lot on.
But I think that song works really well musically. Just, it's brooding as Placebo always is, and then the chorus builds and it rises for the break, and it's so good. It's so good when that organ kicks in. More organ.
You love an organ. You love an organ.
It's so sinister. I love it. It's fantastic. And it has that classic Placebo chorus line / hook where that just gets straight under your skin. You can hear for hours afterward in your head. You're going to be humming Protège Moi, Protège Moi. I guarantee it.
I really like this song. And it was on the first Placebo album I ever bought.
Oh, Sleeping with Ghosts, your first.
Sleeping with Ghosts was the first Placebo album I ever bought. I bought it with my pocket money. It was $19.99 in HMV. And I had $14.99 because it had been on sale when I seen it the first time, and my mum wouldn't give me the extra $5, so I had to wait another 5 weeks to buy it.
Hard times.
I know, you're telling me. It's a sad and sorry tale.
So what age were you in 1999? 7?
It was released in 2003 for a start.
Oh, I thought when you said it was 1999, I thought you meant the year.
No, it was £19.99. In 2003, I would have been 11.
Prime age for Placebo.
Oh, yeah, my dad got me into Placebo.
I can't. That's so strange to me. I can't believe. I can't see your dad being into Placebo. They're too.
My dad really likes Placebo. I know what you're about to say. They're too camp.
Yeah.
And he loves camp music.
He does. And well, I think that is representative of your dad. He plays at being offensive. And...
Oh yeah, my dad plays a character, and that character is often not a person I would choose to be around. But yeah, no, some of his favorite songs are like Born to Be Alive, Male Stripper. He loves Placebo. His favorite musical is Jesus Christ Superstar.
Back to Placebo.
Yeah. No, I like that song. It's in French.
Sleeping with Ghosts is not my favorite era of Placebo.
Okay.
I like it, but I think it's probably for me one of their weaker albums, and I know that's sacrilegious because it's actually a lot of people's favorite Placebo album.
It's actually not. It's really not. It's just me.
Well, you say that, but it is their most listened to album on Spotify.
Sorry, is it really?
Yeah, it's the most. It's the first one that comes up when you look on their page on Spotify.
Oh, I'd reckon that's probably just because it's got the better end on it.
Yeah, well, there's a couple tracks actually, and they're most played from that album.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is well liked. But I do think that that's one of the better songs on it.
I really like it. And Protege Moi was on the special edition, which I didn't have. I first heard it on Once More with Feeling, which was their like a compilation of their singles that came out the year after Sleeping with Ghosts.
Mm.
So this was like my second Placebo album, and it has all the good ones on it.
Yeah.
Apart from Come Home. The only single it didn't have on it up to that point was Come Home, which was a real pisser because that's a great song.
Absolutely fantastic. But then I would say every single track on that first album is essential.
Yeah, same.
And the second one.
But yeah, it had 20 Years, which was a new track. I Do, which was a new track, which was not a great track. And it had Protege Moi on it, which they released as a single. But yeah, I really like that song. I really like Placebo. I think Placebo were great. I wish...
They have a bit of a... I don't know, people seem a bit embarrassed by them now. And I don't get it. Just because they're a bit dramatic. I just don't see it.
Yeah. I wish Marimoka would do something better with his hair. That's my only real suggestion to Placebo.
I just wish they'd put out new music. It's been a wee while since the last album.
Yeah, it has.
And that album was absolutely fantastic as well. Live Like Love was a great album. I know you're not as keen on it, but I think it's really strong.
Wild. Yeah, I know you really like it. It's got a couple of good songs on it, but I feel like that if Sleeping with Ghosts is your kind of like, it's okay, then Loud Like Love is that for me. And, you know, I like it just fine. I do. But it does have the song with My Computer Thinks I'm Gay.
Still got a fantastic hook in that song, though.
Too Many Friends is a bop, but his computer thinks he's gay.
It is, yeah. That's terrible lyrics.
It's fucking awful.
It's better than Battle for the Sun, though. Come on.
Yeah, it's also better than what was the one on Meds. There's a song on Meds that has the lyric "a cock in a dildo's disguise."
I don't know. Meds again isn't one of my favorite Placebo.
I really like Meds.
I like
really,
tracks
really
off Meds.
Yeah.
And I listen to them again and again. I don't listen to the full album.
Yeah.
I listen to Sleeping with Ghosts more than I listen to Meds, actually. So maybe Meds is my kind of weak Placebo album.
Totally. In happier news, though, Wikipedia has informed me that Placebo are putting the finishing touches on their 8th studio album, but it is on hold because of COVID. So that's one more thing to blame on the coronavirus. We don't get a new Placebo album as quick as we would have.
Bastards. Finishing us up for this week. Something a bit less dramatic, a bit more fun, a bit more happy. It is Will It Come by Aspecia. Thank you. So that was Will It Come or Kurukana by Aspecia.
Oh, you're such a show.
Didn't have to Google that to make sure that I was reading my hiragana right, but
No, hold on a minute. Give yourself some credit here, because you did read it out the first time and you said, no, I'm not sure about that. You double checked and you were right. So, round of applause, please, for Jamie.
For being able to read basic hiragana.
Jamie, I can't say the people's names.
Yeah, so they were actually an idol band that started in 2012. I don't think they lasted very long.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think only like 4 of them stuck together. I'm not really into the whole idol scene thing. I don't understand it. I'm a big gaijin when it comes to that kind of thing. But I know I like this song. It gives me big vaporwave vibes.
Yeah, the video is very vaporwave. Love that.
Yeah, it's 2014, so it's before vaporwave had really taken off as well. So it's a bit ahead of its time.
Yeah.
By a few years. And yeah, the synths and like the soundscapes that they use are so vaporwave. It's unbelievable. I love it.
They're really cool. It's a cool song.
It is, and it's like one of these ones. I got recommended it on Spotify. Again, thank you, Spotify. Recommends those playlists are always fucking dino. But it's one of these ones that I don't think many folk over here have heard of, because it's a one-off shot from an idol band who have other good songs actually that all sound like this. But I think it's got an absolute smashing hook with some good use of English in it as well.
Absolutely.
Slow motion and love story.
Love story. Those are the bits I can sing along to.
I couldn't sing along to the rest of it either.
You'd have a better chance than me, Jamie. Let's be honest here, darling.
It does give me like the vibe of something you'd find like playing in like a mall as you walk through it in the 80s, or like in the background of a faded VHS tape.
I was gonna say, it gives me big Dan Bell vibes.
Yeah, it's something you'd hear in the Dead Mall series. If you've not watched that, by the way, check that out. It's fucking great.
It's so good.
it again has that warm feeling that Envy has. But I think
Yeah.
they've deliberately added crackle in the track to make you feel that with this one.
Mm.
I've never seen that video before, and it is a lot of fun.
It
It's
is
just,
very fun.
but bad like kind of Dire Straits money for nothing style animation for it the entire thing. But that's the point.
There's some quality fashions in that video as well. Like the girl with the pigtails, I really want her bomber jacket.
Yeah.
So I really need to know. I need to know if they do that in a size fat.
I think, yeah, like that's the first time like I really, because I knew they were an idol band, but like actually watching the videos, I was like, oh, they're an actual idol band, they're an idol
Yeah.
band. It's just such a weird choice for me to like put kind of idols in front of vaporwave stuff, but it makes
It is.
it
But yeah, I was gonna say it's super good and I like it.
because I don't think that music it would sell itself on its own without the idols either.
Mm.
But yeah, no, it's a really jolly song, really upbeat, and I thought it'd be a nice way to end after Placebo. Bring us back up from Protect Me From What I Want to Slow Motion Love Story, Will It Come?
I'm really sorry that the fucking lockdown has me miserable. I'm sorry.
It's okay, I'll forgive you in time.
I should hope so. It's lovely and sunny outside though, and that song was like a big like sunny outside vibe.
Yeah, I have to say, this will be nice when everybody's back together and we can go outside and sit in a park and, be one of these pricks that bring a speaker with them.
I listened to Especia.
Listen to fucking idol music.
Like, yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Weebs need represented too.
Not sure if Discord picked up my sharp intake of breath there.
Oh,
but-
it did, don't worry.
Oh, good. Good.
We were interrupted during that last little bit there because my copy of Gurren Lagann arrived. So,
And yeah, and I was like, hey, did you know that Doro Hedoro's on Netflix now?
and we're claiming not to be fucking weebs.
Yeah. I just don't like to talk about it. It makes me feel bad.
No, I mean me too. But I'm also 50 hours into Persona 5 right now.
Yeah, and I'm getting really excited about playing. Oh no, Xeno.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
That's the one. Can
Definitive
never remember
edition.
whether it's a Blade, a Chronicle, or a Saga that I'm about to play.
Or a Gear.
Oh, or a Gear. Oh god, there's so fucking many of them.
I know. So to keep up this happy vibe, next week's episode topic is feel good hits of the summer. So give us your happiest, sunniest tunes that keep you going during this lockdown bullshit. And we can all pretend we're listening to them outside or something.
And for once, maybe I won't just pick 4 depressing tracks.
Well, you are ending next week, so if you end this on like a fucking mad downer, I'm gonna kick
Oh
your
my
arse.
Oh my god, I have to absolutely drag the arse out the mood.
So let us know your choices for this week in the comments on YouTube. Let us know your choices for next week on Twitter. And until then, I've been Jamie. Katie's been Katie. Stay safe, everyone. Catch
Wash
you
your
soon.
hands, tell your mum you love her, bye.
Bye.